Hello everyone and welcome to the Honda S800 update number 10. Woo! I am so excited. Well, in this video, it's gonna be befitting of number 10 because there's gonna be updates and also a request for help from you S800 viewers because I am lost. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you look at the table, this is not a game. I am not your host, not a game show, but this is definitely a puzzle because I am completely lost. Now, as you know, the body is not bolted to the car. It was a surprise to me. We've already talked about that. So I've managed to find all these parts. What I've been using is the parts catalog and Bring a Trailer's past sales pictures because there's a lot of pictures on there that's been helping me out with the project so far. But this is what I have, but I don't understand how they go. So when you look at the manual, it shows you the order of things, how they go, but they don't tell you if they go underneath the car or if they go sandwiched in between the car or if they go on top of the car. And let me go ahead and explain a little bit more. So in the manual, let's just say it has these three pieces, right? These three pieces right here. Well, it'll tell you, it'll have a picture like this, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we get that this goes in here, this goes in here. But it doesn't tell you where it sits in the car. Does this sit on top of the frame? Does this sit in between the body and the frame? Or does it sit in the bottom of the frame? So I am completely lost and I'm really asking people for help because I don't know. So far I only have one bolt for the body. I'm sure I have them all, but I've got to look for them. But I would really appreciate it if somebody could explain how the order goes, like if these bushings go in between the frame, on top of it, or underneath the frame itself. So a little bit confusing, but just a lot of learning. And then if you come over here, I have a bunch of other caps. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this, I'm assuming this is a plug. This is a plug as well that goes somewhere in the body. We have a metal washer here, which I have no idea where it goes. We have a bunch of other plugs, which I would think are self-explanatory, and a little bit more little rubber washers. But I put these numbers here so you guys could help me in case you could tell me like 1 goes in top of the body, 2 fits in between the body and the chassis, and etc. etc. So yes, this is how I got everything. Nothing's organized, nothing's labeled as we've spoken before. But I'm sure with your guys' help, we'll be able to figure it out. And on an exciting note and update, the S800 is titled. Woohoo! It's got a clean Colorado title, and all of that is because Elise, she did a lot of work. She took it on as a project. She did all the intricacies and logistics, and we have this bad boy titled. Not only is it titled, but it is insured by Haggerty Insurance for a stated value policy, which is always great. And it's also noted that it's a project car, which helped us out with the price. So this car is titled, and not only does that help us out in general, just owning a car, but also later on the road, we'll have other options if we need to take it. Well, guys, whew, that's exciting. Okay, so we're gonna be installing this 3-prong relay. Now, I saw the location on the parts catalog. It's in the side that we could access. So let's go ahead and install it. We're gonna use some of our new refinished hardware. The outside looks good. Hopefully the inside of this relay is good and functions, but let's just go ahead and install it. And it's in the same vicinity of all of the stuff that we have already installed. So it's getting a little crowded here. I like it. I'm just gonna install this little bolt here. All right, lock it down. And it's installed. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and install this other 3-prong relay. And if we look at it, it really looks like it's in fairly good condition. minus the terminals, which we should probably clean those up. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and put it in there as a placeholder because we have the cap at the powder coating place. It's a piece of metal, thin metal, and we wanna just make sure that that looks good. So that's at the powder coating place. So let's just go ahead and I'm gonna get some sandpaper, sand these down real quick before I forget, and then we'll install it. Okay, so with anything electrical, corrosion will cause resistance. And resistance will decrease not only voltage, but also current, also known as amperage. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking off, especially right here, you could definitely see some buildup that's happened over time. Oh, look at that. We could see a G on that one. So apparently there was some writing underneath there. Just flip it over. Always want to do the other side. And I think we're good. Good time to look underneath. I think everything there still looks good, but we will find out when we run the car. And we're gonna go ahead and place our relay here. I think it might go inside. We'll have to double check. I should check, but this is a placeholder, like I said. So we'll just put some bolts in there and leave it there until the top comes back. So let's go ahead and talk about what you see in front of you, which is the instrument cluster with all the gauges. What I did is I removed 2 screws and all of this popped out. And I am not surprised that it's not connected to anything because it was under a restoration process, but I am happy that all the gauges and everything are kind of intact, which is a good thing. So essentially what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna remove this instrument cluster out because we're gonna have to run a harness all the way in the back. So if you guys look back here, let's see if I could just carefully move this out. Then you guys can look inside there. And if you look inside there, you'll see it's pretty much empty. And we're going to be working in that area. And that's all the updates we have for you. Now, things are happening slowly, but surely this is a long-term process, learning so much. But yeah, one brick at a time is the motto. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you soon.